for correctness. And whether you believe that I have been diligent, that I have worked, that I have advocated for you in these years, that I have been decent, I have spent my time in service of my people. Now cast your vote. If yes, then stand up for me as I have stood up for you.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. This is our advice for the following steps. If exposed, remove from the phone.
Podcast for the curious mind. I don't know what that means.
And I'm cussing with Hassan, broadcasting live from a Chinese-made microphone high atop Sioux Nation and banned in Russia. You're listening to Phantom Facts with Sunshine, Tia, and May Massacre. Chris May. How y'all doing, guys? Happy Tuesday.
Great.
Wait, why do I get my name put out there in the dirty laundry?
Oh, I'm sorry. You ashamed to be on the show because I played a Hitler clip?
No, I play more. I mean,
if I would have heard that in English the first time, I would have thought differently because that sounded way good.
We got you. I think you've muted yourself, Sunshine. So you want to go check and look on your tab, see if there's a mute button there. See on the bottom by your settings. I'll let you play around with that. God damn it. I would unplug it and plug it back in. Have you tried? Oh, there you go. Hey.
Technology's hard, isn't it?
There we go.
Try some rice. Pour some rice on it.
It is. Technology is totally
just
hard. But
before we go,
why is it when there's other people on the show I have problems?
It's I don't know. It's the beauty of being on Phantom Facts Society. Did you hear we're banned in Russia? Our last episode was banned in Russia.
Is that true though?
I got the email from
That's
YouTube.
Fantastic.
Also, like
the one about
email you, there's like, by the way,
the music one.
Screw you.
Yeah.
That was
The Sam Cooke episode is been banned in Russia. So I'm
really missing out.
Yes. Also, an interesting stat is out of all our entire,
They don't even know.
Yeah, our entire listening audience, 17% are from America. The rest are from different countries, which I thought was interesting. And then 8%, the second leading country listening to us, is Russia. So, yeah. So this, Привет.
Did you get some cheap advertising space out there?
Yeah, I'm running a Russian anti-propaganda campaign over there.
They turn on their radios in the car, and it's Pitbull Super.
Nothing but Pitbull. Yeah.
Super.
You know what? I think what we should do, and I'm throwing this out to you guys, but I think with the Pitbull Super, we should save it for like a specific story where someone would need an instance to have Pitbull Super. It'll be our Pitbull Super person of the week.
I'll be your boots on the ground.
You look for stories for that.
Oh no, I'll try it out and I'll videotape it. That's more or less what I'll do.
Just a big blurred image.
Just all blurred. Just all blur. Just one blur.
One pixel just blurred out. We got some comments already from Brittany Bergen. Yay, Sunshine. Okay, see,
Yay.
look at this. May's been on this show for like 3 years and hasn't gotten one person to say yay, May.
I'll shout y'all right now, May. I promise you.
You getting on YouTube right now. Make a fake profile.
I'll make a fake YouTube account.
I need you to throw me some flowers.
I'll use that Pitbull's. I'll use like a chick image and be like, give me that Pitbull Super, May.
It's nice to have everyone here. It's a lively group. You guys are Brittany Bergen. You guys are cool too, I guess. Thank you, Brittany. Appreciate the afterthought. You know, she could have not typed in.
I mean, sloppy seconds, I guess, are better than nothing.
Oh, let's wait till after. Let's wait till after she watches the show. See what she thinks of Sunshine. Then, Hitler clip. All right, should we play this again? You guys want to see this thing? This is new technology. So what's happened is they have used AI to translate from German into English Hitler's speeches. And so now you can listen to all his speeches in English, which is...
I did not know that. That's dope.
I did not know it either. Someone showed it on the Joe Rogan. I saw a reel of it. So, I started Googling it to see it. And this is the only one I can find on YouTube. Is this, it's a 36-second clip. I trimmed out where he's speaking just the German part. And you get the...
My word for correctness. Whether you believe that I have been diligent, that I have worked, that I have advocated for you in these years, that I have been decent, I have spent my time in service of my people. Now cast your vote. If yes, then stand up for me as I have stood up for you.
Maybe there's a reason we haven't had it translated into English for 7 years. Because I was like, oh man, it's a pretty good speech.
Mm-hmm. He's making sense.
Does he sound like that? So they just took his real voice and dubbed it to English, huh?
This is according to their AI machine that they're running right now, and there's a big controversy about all this. And I can share the article here with you so everyone can see it. It's right here, this article. Adolf Hitler English speech reconstruction, controversial historical content. So this is for this is talking about the AI program that's currently gotten built, and it's not just like let me see here. It's not just Hitler. It's
we could do Mao. Is that what you're saying?
It's a bunch of here. I shared the screen here. The rise of the Hitler chatbot. Will Europe be able to prevent far-right radicalization by AI? You guys remember that story when they first created AI and let AI talk to each other, and they became alt-right within 15 minutes, and they had to shut the whole program down.
That's hilarious.
They had to shut it down and reprogram the AI because it was so it went so bad so quick. They were like, "Yeah, no, let's kill the Jews." Wait, what the hell? This was launched in 2024. Now,
fuck it.
This chatbot does not just Hitler. Now you can go in here and pretend like you're talking to Hitler to the chatbot, and so you just go onto the Hitler chatbot and type in stuff, and then he'll respond, "Oh, I was a victim of vast conspiracy, and I'm not responsible for the Holocaust. It never happened." Now, it's not just Hitler, but it's all your favorite terrorist leaders. So Osama bin Laden has his own chatbot.
Yeah. Ask him what it was like in those caves.
All your favorite terrorists.
All your favorite terrorists have a... Now, this is Gab Social.
Is Obama on there? Oh, wait. Sorry, shouldn't...
so now let's get control.
Elon.
Who's on it?
No, I was just reading. Sorry. Said Elon Musk, now known as X instead of Twitter.
It's counts as free speech, right?
Yeah.
Gab Social was created in 2016 as a right-wing alternative to what was then known as Twitter, but is now Elon Musk's X. So this is separate from that. It was in between the time Twitter was going crazy. They created this, and then it died because Elon Musk bought it. So now they're trying to get a little relevance again. So I guess they're... Who would you like to talk to? A Genghis Khan? Yeah,
that'd be
right?
Dope. Sick.
And if you could talk to any chatbot of your favorite star or your favorite leader,
Oof.
It'd be Bob Marley. Other than terrorists, Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. Hey man,
yeah. Light a joint, just starts.
You talk to some. There's got to be like a. I don't know. Teddy Roosevelt would be a fun one. Just talk shit with Teddy. Just hop on there. Now this article gets a little crazier because they talk about. Have you guys seen those ads for like the girlfriend chatbots?
Oh yeah, I have.
They're bad. Like the replica and stuff. Okay, I had no clue, dude. In 2023, a man was convicted after attempting to kill Queen Elizabeth II, an act which he said was encouraged by his AI chatbot.
Only probably that AI probably knew she was a lizard. Had to go.
It's this chatbot called Eliza said this is the same year, last year. Another man killed himself after a 6-week-long conversation about the climate crisis.
Yeah, and he killed himself.
What a puss.
Facts.
Not enough people are driving electric and Prius. I must kill myself.
Do you think that's like a social experiment?
Psyop of some sort.
Yeah.
Just imagine the person on the other end being like, "Do it, pussy. Do it.
Yourself.
Your carbon footprint is too huge, human." Brittany Bergen said Sacagawea. I bet you're impressed. I know that. But I grew up in South Dakota. I know natives.
I'm glad you could have pronounced that.
Get on there with
do you guys know who Sacagawea is? Sacagawea?
I was trying my hardest to even try to read it.
She was the Lewis and Clark, right?
Yeah. Imagine getting on that canoe with those three and an AI chat robot.
Ready Max says,
Lewis, whose turn is it? Whose turn is it with Sacagawea?
Okay, all right. She's a sacred character here, you son of a bitch.
Nikola Tesla would be cool.
Yeah, Tesla would be dope. Nikolai for sure.
We got to do an episode on Nikola Tesla. I've been waiting, because it's like you got to nail that episode, because Nikola Tesla is a huge person in history. He'd be probably, Nikola Tesla, Genghis Khan. Yeah. So, I don't know. Do you guys think we should be talking to AI chatbots versioned after world dictators?
Absolutely not.
I mean, see if you can get a peek under the veil.
What?
Right.
You said absolutely not.
I heard that. I heard that.
Sunbun.
That was me.
Fight your case here, Sunbun.
The bun of the sun.
Yes. Listen, I've got this interesting speech from Hitler, and I clipped just like a little section of it, and I want to get your take on it. And I don't know what to make of it here, but I'll pull it up. You tell me what you think he's talking about here. Now, this is a 2.5 hour long speech by Hitler. And I listened to it, and I will say the first 2 hours are all Jew hating. So that was a real thing back then. So if people try to deny it, that's not true. 2 hours of that speech were how awful the Jews were. So impressive. And he didn't go up there with a teleprompter or anything. Like that guy gave a 2 hour speech on how he hated
right
Jews.
off the dome.
Just right off the top of his head. It's like, Jesus Christ.
He starts rhyming and just dropping mad bars. I can't stop myself.
Leader of the Third Reich. Also the unknown fact. Dope on the mic. Okay. Listen to this. This is weird. He's talking about how Italy, Japan, and Germany all have a pact together to defend against the European forces attacking them, including Russia.
Bolshevization of a world gone blind with all the resolution at our command. The Anti-Comintern Pact will perhaps one day become the crystallization point of a group of powers whose ultimate aim is none other than to eliminate the menace to the peace and culture of the world instigated by a satanic apparition.
I mean, I love the voiceover there. Just
I wish you could change
somebody
the
from
voice.
Texas, just like, oh wait, that guy sounds like he's from Texas, but he's Hitler.
Okay.
Imagine if he did sound like that. How great would that be? Everyone's just kind of looking at him. He's got this Texas twang to him.
He does look like he could pick up a banjo at any time. Okay, so now, did you get that out of your system, May? So now I want you to actually listen to what he said.
Okay, yeah, I had to get past the accent.
I know. That's what I figured. That's why I got it.
A world gone blind with all the resolution at our command. The anti-Comintern Pact will perhaps one day become the crystallization point of a group of powers.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it here because he's talking about the pact between Italy, Japan, and them, and how it'll be a group of powers to stop this attack,
whose ultimate aim is none other than to eliminate the menace to the peace and culture of the world instigated by a satanic apparition.
What does that mean? The people that are attacking them have been instigated by a satanic. What was it? What was the last word he used again there? God damn it.
Instigation?
What was it?
Apparition.
Right. Isn't that like a vision? Doesn't that mean vision?
Yeah, some type of.
Yeah, like a hallucination.
We are spicy tonight. It's Toppy Tuesday. I mean, we went straight into Hitler. So.
We went straight to.
You're right. We're spicy. Okay. So I'm just saying, is that just a figure of speech? He's just throwing that out there like, these guys are fucking working for the devil. Or does he believe that these leaders had a satanic apparition, which is like what, a seance? You know, like a seance with the devil?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, not necessarily. No. I think he believes both for sure.
Because you know how we're always taught that like Hitler went after all the relics and stuff. You know, we were always taught that Hitler went after all the relics and like the dark magic stuff and made a deal. And that's how they invented the rocket. They had friends that were UFOs. That's why they have bases in Antarctica that they didn't have to give up after the war. Were the aliens telling them that apparition is a ghost? So a satanic ghost. Thank you, Brittany Burgeon. We are just stupid tradesmen. Appreciate the look up.
I mean, even Genghis Khan believe, like let people believe whatever they wanted to, just like as long as you pray for me. I just think that's like a masochist play to where it's like I'll take anything I can to win.
So yeah, so Hitler is saying that that the people that they are fighting or protecting their land against has had this ghostly like vision or
this demonic
agenda.
This demonic agenda given to them. I mean, Freddie Mac, Club of Rome, Bohemian Grove, so on and so forth. I mean, we know that our politicians are deep into that stuff. I mean, mean, we've discussed it on the show several times. I mean, was Hitler aware of this? Is that what it is? I'm just fat because
do you think Hitler and them should have succeeded and maybe the world would have been?
No, now let's calm down, right? Because like the opposite extreme isn't good either, right? And that's what the Nazi Party was. They were the extreme opposite of the socialists. And so like sure but here's the reason why I think you should listen. You should know what was said in those speeches. First of all, you should understand how you get millions of people behind you to go to war with the world. First of all, I think you should know how someone can enunciate that to a nation. So I mean, if you can understand how someone convinced a nation to take on the world, you should know what was said so you can see it in future instances. And that's never been done. Like, you know how much work you have to go to find a transliteration of Hitler's speeches? I mean, it wasn't until maybe 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, we started to see what he was actually saying. And then, you know what? If that's the case too, then I mean, I don't know. Each enemy.
I don't think it's as.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's as crazy as we put it. Like hearing the first, like those couple things, like besides obviously propaganda and being, you know, against one race, which is easier to, you know, make an enemy out of one thing. But like, it didn't sound like he was insane at the time, other than him obviously trying to do something that ended up turning bad.
Well, and the guy fought
in the long run.
You know, he did fight in World War I.
He fought World War I, yeah.
Obviously, you're fucked in the head. That, you know, no soldier came out of that unscathed. That actually fought in that war, and I think he was injured in that war too, wasn't he?
He was.
And then when he talked shit about the peace deal that they made, and he talked, and then in this speech,
he did.
In this speech, he talks about how like they had to ship over 3 million head of cattle to France, and like, you know, they didn't get any of their POWs back for over a year. So like their whole like being able to do a harvest or anything, none of the men were back home. They just kept them in the prison camps for an extra year after the war was done. So you never hear any about stuff like that in our history books about it. You know, I had no clue till last week that the Canadians in World War II just killed German prisoners because they didn't have a place to put them in Canada. Like,
oh, Canada.
That's the most gangster thing I've ever heard from Canada.
Yeah.
I know, right?
You know, you know where we do have room? 6 feet under. So let's go.
Ooh, let's go.
Brittany Virgin brings up a great point. Hitler was fucked up on meth and MDMA half the damn time. So that's fair.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous.
I mean, you can get meth anywhere, especially in Colorado. So
not at that time. Not at that time.
I don't know if you want to mix the two.
Yeah, but could you get meth in a chocolate bar, May? You know, that's how the Germans did it. They're like,
everything tastes better with chocolate.
Chocolate kabah gives me a pep to my step.
That's why the American soldiers always handed out chocolate. They were just hoping it was laced with meth.
Is this the German chocolate? You're scratching yourself. The German chocolate, man. Is that the good stuff?
That's like how we talk about old Coca-Cola being with Cubans. Like, you guys remember real chocolate back in the day?
Oh, yeah, we're all going to hell. Okay, all right. That's enough Hitler talk for the day. I thought that was interesting. I didn't know what your guys' take would be on it. So, Sonny was the one that wants to kill free speech. So, but that's the only one. Don't give me that evil glare. Can you hear us, Sunshine?
She's
just a couple segments behind.
No, you might have to log out and then log back in. It's we're up to yeah, okay. We'll figure it out as we go along. We'll do it live. That's great.
All right, Carl talks it.
Yes.
We'll do it live.
Okay, we'll do it live. All right. Have you guys, May, you shared this with me, and I want to play it for everyone else here. It's called here, I'll play it here, right? Oh, wow. Okay. Man, I think we're cursed today. I don't know what to make of this. We'll do. Fill me in, guys. We're going to talk about the Yupik Indians out of Alaska. You shared me the.
Oh, that was wild.
Yes. I'm trying
the video that has real bass to it. That is creepy and scary.
I tried pulling up the clip here. I'm going to try a different way to open it up here. See if we can do it this way. Okay, this will work. Yeah, no, this is a Yupik tribe out of Alaska. Now, Yupik is like a Eskimo, Inuit, Native Americans that are both in Alaska and in Russia. So they're on both sides of the
that's interesting
ice bridge there. Yuk means person, and pik means real. So they're called the Yupik tribe. So real person. Which what weird thing to name your tribe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's old propaganda, man. They're just like, no, we're the real people. You guys are fake.
those
Fake
Inuit
tribes. You
Indians.
guys are fake news. Fake news.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna play this.
We're the reason you should not come to Alaska. Hello, my name is Urban. I am one of the Ursenrot people. We live deep in the mountains of Yupik territory, in deep underground caves and lairs. We spend our days fishing and hunting, unless we are interrupted. Although we are little, we can still do terrible things to you. When any hunters come through and disturb these lands, we get very territorial. We will lure you off the pathway with strange sounds until they are completely lost. Then we will appear and offer you help, and if you accept, it will be the biggest mistake you ever make. We will take you deeper into the bush and tie you up in a tree. Then we will throw rocks at you, poke you, laugh at you, and leave you to the wild wolves and bears to return you to Mother Nature. So if you're ever in Yupik territory, be respectful and do not disturb our lands. And always remember,
This shit's
That's not
wild. Like it makes
scary
me
at all.
not want to leave my little bubble of life. Like that because I dove into that and then I got caught into the Appalachian Trail. Now the shit goes
That's
on.
crazy. Yeah, I've seen that.
Excuse me, how the shit goes on at that, and it's
You
like
should do a show on that. I don't know anything about that. I'm
the
down to
like
do research on that.
the trail. I get more creeped out by the nice little video work of the little fucking people wearing the crazy masks and shit. But with the trail though, there's a guy. He goes out and like he just kind of gets led, like in a sense, like through like on which ways to kind of go, and then he talks about how if you go out in the on the trail, you follow like the deer feet or the deer prints and whatnot, the animal prints, because they know where to go and where not to go, because they just have that sense, you know, of danger and fear. And I'm just like, oh, because people do the Appalachian Trail all the time.
Yeah.
This Alaska thing, I should have done more looking into it, but it was just
I looked into it, and there is accounts where they have found at least 8 skeletons that were buried nearby each other that were like 3 foot tall. So, and this Yupik Indian tribe, I mean, it's ancient. Like it goes back way before, you know, the crossing of the land bridges. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's not like a crazy a crazy, like, I mean, it might be just like local folklore too, like I'm willing to say that, absolutely, but at the same time, like, it is a little weird. I mean, those 3 foot tall bodies, I guess, could be, you know, could be anything, I guess.
But it's
Could
just so interesting. It's just, it gives you chills. You're just like, what has gone on in those? What screams were never seen again? You know, just.
And Alaska's big, so it's like you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Do you think this is like a story you tell kids so they don't just go wandering off into the?
See, I thought about that too. Like what you said with the folklore, you know, kind of stories. Like everyone has those kind of stories growing up, and you know, maybe you could chalk it up to that, but like I think every story has some kind of truth to it. So
Absolutely.
you know, like
I did find a cool little video about the Yupik tribe. Just, you know, since we're talking about them, I feel like we
preserving Native American culture in school. Let's hop on a
shouldn't
plane
just
to
talk complete shit about
far
them.
off Alaska, the last frontier. We arrive in southwestern Alaska, where we find people of the Yupik culture. But who are the Yupik? The Yupik were named after the dialect of their language. They traveled with the migration of their game, fish, and plants. The camps were small populations with extended family living throughout the region. The men lived in separate housing called a koski, where they worked, ate, and slept. Boys would join them when they were ready to leave their mothers. This is where they learned to be men.
I already like them. But yeah, no, it's like, you know, typical Inuit stuff. They mentioned like they're mostly all like interrelated. I thought was sort of interesting. But yeah, that's the Yupik tribe. I thought that was take a little trip to Alaska since you sent that to me, May.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're still legit. Go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, they're
I'm
still
glad
legit
you.
tribes from Amazon. So it's like,
Yeah,
you never know.
Well, it reminded me of like how how the Germans would tell stories, to just keep the kids from doing bad habits. Like, hey, don't suck on your thumb, otherwise the thumb chopper will come and cut your thumbs off in the middle of the night. And the kids sitting there like,
oh, 100%.
I feel like that's everyone, right?
But imagine though, you go on a backpacking trip, and then out of the blue you hear your name, and most people will kind of maybe go to that because they're like, oh, and then you do, and it's just, oh shit, I fucked up. Like,
can you imagine being like, that's nonsense, and then you be the person that they hang from a tree and throw little rocks at?
Like, I saw a TikTok on this. No.
Pull out your phone and try to do a TikTok as it's happening. Hey guys,
it's real. It's real. Look, that got me up my guts.
There was a guy that recorded himself running from a tribe that were cannibals, and for some reason I went there. I don't know the location, but he literally videotaped him running for his life, and people just like trying to trap him the entire way.
It's horrible.
So like it is, there it is real. It's super real.
We've lost Sunshine for the night. Man, it was going good. We'll get it figured out for sure. Sunshine, love you. I love having her on the show. All right, I think it's time for good news. Good news of the week. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
All right. God damn it! Who's at the front door? Who is it?
Well, hey man, why do you look so glum? It looks like you could use some good news. See? Don't you feel better now? It's the good news segment of the week, brought to you by Rob Jackson's Sticky Green. Good news of the week.
Brought to you by Rob Jackson's Sticky Green. We got to update that. He is having purebred pits born March 28th. So I got to get his kennel name that he started down there in Florida. Good news segment of the week.
Caught on camera invading houses. So could something like this happen to you?
Dave Rowe knows all too well how it feels to have his home broken into.
Yeah, and see, that's what the problem was. Because I heard him first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because then I start to taste them. I say, and then I start to smell them. So it's like a smell like taste like other. So I knew something was wrong. I knew something special about it. So
what did you do when you heard the intruder?
I ran upstairs. I had to run. And I had to do what that little girl, what's that little girl in the Holocaust? She had she was Anne Hathaway and Frank
Anne Hathaway? Hell yeah.
Bitch, ain't it? I had to get up the stairs.
He pulled that deep from the history books.
When he walked up the stairs, said, doom, doom, doom. Bitch, I started to almost beatbox up in the closet. Oh, boom, boom, boom. But I couldn't do it yet because I couldn't die. I got caught tomorrow.
Couldn't die.
So I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
Yeah, but at least he got out of there and did the right thing.
I couldn't do it because
there's no way that's real. Oh, I love that.
I love bro reactions.
I could taste him.
I can smell
it.
Oh shit.
Anne Hathaway is my favorite Holocaust survivor.
Yeah. I didn't know she's been around for a minute. That's she looks so good.
Vampire, dude. Vampire.
Anne Hathaway,
one of those experiments worked.
Oh, Maynard. Let me see here. Okay. So I've got May, you shared this with me. The wildfires in Chile.
Oh shit!
Was that me?
I haven't heard of that.
Have you heard about this? This happened February 5th of this year.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was you that sent it to me.
Forest fires in Chile have killed at least 122 people.
Oh, that's a tough turn. The wildfires are the country's worst disaster since the 2010 earthquake that left over 500 people dead. Fires broke out in central Chile and have left over 1,600 people without homes. Emergency officials still trying to put the fires out as of late Sunday and are searching for hundreds of people still missing.
Oh, the smart. Yeah. Okay.
So they had 6,000 homes destroyed in this fire. Like he said, 16,000 people displaced. But you, let me see here. And this is in Chile. So this happened like 2 weeks ago, and the clip you shared with me reminded me of the Lahaina fire. Because if you read
immediately what I thought of.
Yeah, if you read the story behind these fires, they all say the same thing, that these fires started in separate areas all at the same time. It wasn't like one fire started and then it like spread. There was multiple points of starting of the fire, and then it just like ran over this city in Del Mar, Chile. And let me see here if I can find this video here.
Did any blue buildings survive?
Well, May shared me this video here, and that's like the conspiracy right now.
Right.
Conspiracy Del Mar.
Yeah, because it's all based on
those fires in Chile.
Yeah. Sorry, say what again?
No, they'll talk about it, but I mean that's with the fires in Chile and then the stuff in Lahaina. It's just odd, man. It like I just saw something else doing the Lahaina fires that like the people still haven't got paid for any of that, for the damages, for none of that, because they won't allow anybody. They won't allow anybody in, any adjusters, anybody to investigate it. So all these people are getting what is that? Like their banknotes, they can't pay them, whatever. You know what I mean? So like the properties, they're getting taken from them because they can't pay them because they can't get the insurance money, and so then the government just gets to keep them.
Like when they honored them at the Super Bowl, it was just like such a disingenuous thing. It felt like it's like, oh yeah, remember these? All right, take your little prize. It's all been fixed and it's all good now. We had you at the Super Bowl. No one will ever talk about this again. It's like, man. This is I forget who this guy is, to give him credit.
Dude, it happened in Vina Del Mar, eerily similar to what happened in Maui. So you know how they were talking about Lahaina becoming the first city in Hawaii to be a smart city? Vina Del Mar was the headquarters of smart city business for Chile.
No way.
These fires, same scenario. High winds, no warning, a lot of people died. And I saw a video today, this dude going through the wreckage, a little outskirt of Vina Del Mar, and there was a blue house, completely unburned.
No way.
And I don't know if you've heard about a conspiracy of the direct energy weapon, but lasers cannot burn the color blue. So in Hawaii, everything was just burnt to a crisp. Yet there was like just blue umbrellas, completely unburned, unfazed.
I have family who was walking through the area. They literally said their warehouses, all the green ones are scorched, all the blue ones are still standing and fine.
That's crazy. But a weird connection with the fires in Maui. That day there was a satellite right above Maui. Guess who owned that satellite? CERN.
Really?
A couple years ago, CERN discovered they called the fifth force of nature cosmic energy. You guys hear?
All right. Now
you guys don't believe it?
Oh, 100%.
I absolutely believe it. So, have you heard about the cloud seeding in California with all the floods?
Yep. I believe in all that. Yeah, I believe in all that, and I'm not even.
But that's proven. But that's proven.
Yep.
It's not even like a myth.
Talking about that for years. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What was it called? Chemtrails. You know,
not even the chemtrails. Well, they did like some type of dump in, I think, last October, December, and then January. And then now they're like super flooding. So coincidence, I guess.
Now, I wanted to highlight the smart cities because some of our listeners may have not heard about these smart cities, and I wanted to give you like the official from the people that are designing these smart cities, their perspective of what a 15-minute smart city is. Have you guys heard of these 15-minute smart cities? Okay,
absolutely.
I'm gonna play. This is like a minute long. We can stop it if you see something you like.
Before the recent lockdowns around the world, we led hectic lives with long commutes and not enough time to spend with our families and friends. Traffic polluted.
Okay, so right there, does all your family have to live in that 15-minute city then too? Like, right?
I just love how everything is based off of, remember when we were all locked down like prisoners? Everything just goes back to, remember when you were in your cage and you weren't allowed to do anything? How terrible that was when you got out in the real world and you went, how dreadful the community. No, bitch, nobody, like, everyone was glad to get out and get back to normal grind. Who cares if their commute was 45 minutes? They chose to be away from it.
There's people that definitely would rather that.
That's true. DoorDash. I'd be curious to see the dip in DoorDash sales, because it was barely alive before COVID, and then it shot up. And I'm curious now, like,
oh, I'm sure it's raging like a son of a gun.
All right, let's keep going with this.
Our air and smog blanketed our skylines.
What if it could be different? What if we could create a new normal where we reclaim our time, our health and well-being, and our communities?
This is the idea behind the 15-minute city, a growing movement to make our lives in cities more convenient, less stressful, and more sustainable. A 15-minute city is one where everything we need is close to home, where communities are safe and inclusive, where the air is clean.
A 15-minute city is one where it's easy to get goods and services.
What are you shaking your head for? Yeah.
The 15-minute cities, you're going to clean the dirty skies now? Or they're just going to magically turn clean? What's going on?
What is going to come out of this is they're going to make all these 15-minute cities, and then it's going to be like, hey, if you have an agriculture, farming background, you're in this city. If you're medical, you're in this city. If you're in this, you're in this. It's going to be just like that movie Contagion or whatever it was, where they had like the societies for that you were put into, and like that was your profession, and you stayed to that. That's all this is.
Well, you'll have to be
these are going to be concentration camps without being concentration camps.
You'll have to be approved to even be there, because they're not just going to accept everybody. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have a shot, first of all. Like, if you got your shot and boosters, you're in. Like, because you listen and you're a good boy. You know what I mean? You're a good boy or a good girl. Like,
fresh groceries, healthcare, and other amenities are all just a short trip away. A 15-minute city is one where everyone has a place.
A 15-minute city has affordable, accessible, and adaptable housing for households of all sizes and ages.
A 15-minute city means that you can work close to home or work remotely more often.
And we all play a role in our neighborhood.
Oh, that's good.
What if we don't go back to life as it was? What if we already have the power to change how we live?
Okay. All right. I think we get the gist of this.
You know what? We had, if you think about it, we had 15-minute cities back in the day. You know what killed them? Walmarts, big box, big brand stores, big, like...
population also.
It killed the local steel mill and the local this and the local that. Like, we back in the day, everything was right there in your town. You didn't have to wander out and go, and life was great. And the town was supported, and everyone was together in a tight community. And then the big companies were like, "No, we can't have this. We need to control everything. So let's destroy those towns just out of greed and power." And now they're going to push this 15-minute city agenda on everybody and paint this great picture. And you're just, I don't know. Could it be great? Yeah. But the feeling I get from it is it's just more control.
There it is.
I don't know. I don't think it can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sunshine bringing up killer points. I like how in the cartoon more than half the houses were blue. This is in the European. This is in the European Union, and I thought this was interesting. This is a guy talking about how it's coming to Europe and the route. Like, obviously, you got to get people to approve this, right? So this is the route that's being
a
used.
strange thing. Whenever
let me get to here.
Things, roads, rates, and rubbish. But what is happening is that there is, because the local councillors don't get much media attention, there's a lot of agendas coming through these local councils across New South Wales. Now,
he's talking local councils. This is in Australia. They're talking about this. Sorry, I said European Union, but this is Australia. So, and this is recent. I think this is like a week ago.
a very concerning part is the smart cities agenda, which I think you've written about more than once. And I have to confess, I was skeptical of when people said these smart cities are coming, and I thought it was a little bit tinfoil hattish. But I would like to apologise to those people, including yourself, who I had that impression of on this issue. The smart cities are coming at us like a million miles an hour, and they're coming at us through the local council. And I challenge everybody here, whether you're in New South Wales or anywhere else in Australia, type the name of your local council in and smart cities, and you will see in 90% of councils, they've got a big page saying, oh, smart cities are coming. It's going to be really convenient. Now, what it is they are erecting these surveillance cameras all over the place. Now, this is not CCTV, which is sort of constantly filming, but it's only ever used if, there was a crime, someone got bashed in the street or something, so the police could go back and look at the CCTV. These surveillance cameras are going to be able to monitor your movements. They want us to live in these 15-minute cities, and they're telling us, oh, it's going to be so convenient. What we need to understand is this is about central planning. This is about the government knowing what your movements are. They're looking at number plates and other things. And what's the purpose of it all? Well, they want to restrict your movement to reduce carbon dioxide emissions to prevent global boiling. So this is the central planners are obsessed with reducing carbon dioxide, but it's all an excuse. It's all a front to the central planners. They want to.
Ready Max bringing out a good
Hey,
point.
Ready Max, yeah, social credit score. That's exactly what it reminds me of.
Yep, they've got this in Japan or in China already.
In China, yeah, we want to be China so bad. I promise you.
And they have been trying to introduce a social credit score in the U.S. for years, and they have implemented it in certain ways. Definitely, credit score is a faction of that, but also, I mean. Like Root Insurance or any of these mobile apps like Progressive that require you to get a discount if you download the app. Well, that app is constantly tracking you. They've already got the infrastructure in place. Now they just have to implement it into the city councils. So that's interesting. So keep close head to your city councils as far as what they're doing for approving for stuff like that. I wanted to show you guys this one smart city that's coming to the U.S.
Have you seen the line in Saudi Arabia? Well,
oh yes, that looks dope.
Ready for Tolosa, a 400.
Okay, so the line in Saudi Arabia is a 15-minute city,
but it's so much bigger than what is portrayed. I don't know. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's designed so that like pretty much like every 15 miles it resets.
I got you.
So like it's designed. So that's what I mean, I guess, when I say 15-minute city is like it's designed so every 15 miles, you get a new grocery store, and so people don't cross into. Yeah, I mean that's my understanding of it. I mean I know like I don't know. Am I understanding that wrong?
That's
the whole plan. It's all of it is you're just going to be socially put into your class or whatever you want to call it, and then then eventually it'll be like that movie with Justin Timberlake with the running time on your fucking wrist, and you gotta punch in and out and whatnot. Like All this shit is wild.
This is a $400 billion project starting in the U.S.
$100 billion proposed smart city in the United States. Announced in September 2021 by former Walmart executive and billionaire Mark Lore. He outlined his vision for a 5 million person new city in America. Tolosa will be 150,000 acres with a massive skyscraper at its center. A city where commutes are just 15 minutes, buildings are covered in lush greenery, and gas-powered vehicles are banned. Tolosa will be 100% efficient and sustainable. Sound familiar to the line? By 2030, the first phase of construction will cover 1,500 acres and house 50,000 residents at an estimated cost of $25 billion. The total project will likely exceed $400 billion, and the city will reach its target population of 5 million within 40 years. Do you think it will be a success?
Where are they getting the people that can afford to move into that?
Well, I think they're going to choose the people, like how May was saying, that are the most conductive, successful, the best people you want, and then just leave all the rest out.
But where did they say they're going to put this smart city? Where's it going? Where's the first one going?
I didn't hear that.
Where are you going to get that land? Where are you going to get that acreage and all that?
Well, you know what? I watched it, but I did not do my due diligence. So let's Google it right now. Tolosa.
I mean, there's plenty of places that have a lot of land. So it's like, let's say Texas.
Tolosa. The location had initially not been chosen, with the project's planners intending the city to be built on cheap land in Appalachia or the American West.
Nice.
Yeah. So
right on the trail, just right on the trail.
It's Utah, Idaho, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and Appalachia are proposed potential locations. So, I mean, you would have to have quite the list of investors to back you on this. And then doesn't it remind you of like how China built those cities and then they're just empty?
Yep.
It's like literally no one living in them.
Yeah, put it in Utah first. Go for it.
Yes. Oh, great. You know, the Mormons would just latch onto that.
Like, oh, this is so great. Yeah, with your 14 kids and your fucking 20-story building that goes down into the earth.
I think it's time for our Pitbull Super Person of the Week. Don't you guys think? Use a little Pitbull Super.
When you go grab the tissue box.
When I say that, I'm trying to get you guys to buy me time to find the file to play.
Yeah, well, listen, before this gets done too, I don't know if you can, I'd like for all of us to watch that TikTok I sent you just a minute ago or 30 an hour ago about what they're doing in Tennessee and see if you guys have heard about that yet with the produce.
Okay.
Produce and the vaccines.
Okay. All right. You sent it to me on TikTok?
No, I think I ended up I sent it to you in Messenger too, but I don't know if it
was it on Messenger?
Yeah, at 7:39. You gave it a heart, the Tennessee Holler.
Oh. All right. That shows that I listen when you
Well, you hearted it, so
I did heart it.
He hearts everything.
It's like,
you can send a picture of your butthole and it gets a heart.
Yeah, I'll be just like heart.
So,
I love it.
The reason behind the heart, gentlemen, is because I'm grateful that you share these news articles with me. That's the reason behind the heart. I just
it could just be anything.
And then I usually get to it, but by the time 6, 7 o'clock runs around, I've already got the whole show set up.
I know you.
I'll send you some things.
All right, here we go. Share screen and all right.
University of California, Riverside has already perfected the ability to put human vaccines into our lettuce right now. Also tomatoes has the ability to do that also for UC Berkeley. And then tobacco, RJ Reynolds and stuff has perfected the ability to put a human vaccine into tobacco products.
Oh,
the volume's weak.
And is that even legal to do in the state of Tennessee to sell those with a vaccine in them?
You're Well, I'm not arguing that point. What I'm saying is there is no law deeming those that when you go into a
that we can't do that. There's no law saying we can't do. Jesus Christ!
You should know as a consumer, this head of lettuce is a head of lettuce. The head of lettuce next to it could contain a vaccine in it. All we're saying is, if it does have the vaccine in it, make sure it's listed as a farm so people can get the proper dose.
My question is right now, can you walk into a grocery store and there be a head of lettuce for sale that has a vaccine in it? I don't think that's allowed under state law presently. And if it is, and you have to list it as a pharmaceutical, are we going to then have Walgreens pharmacists with a refrigerated section? I mean, how's this going to play out?
You recognize. Thank you. This is more of a consumer protection bill right here, is to make sure that if you're going in to buy tomatoes and there's a polio vaccine in there, that you are aware of what you're buying has a polio vaccine. The problem you have is if it's not treated as a pharmaceutical, being the size and difference between you and me, how many tomatoes do I have to eat to get the proper dosage versus how many tomatoes that you have to eat? If you eat too many, do you get a overdose? If you eat too less, like we had in the cattle industry with aeromycin, we weren't dosing our cattle properly, and the horn flies were developing an immunity to it. If we don't have the proper dosage of a vaccine, it could lead to the efficacy of that drug.
What the fuck is this, May?
It's wild, and it's crazy too, because yeah, and it just goes hand in hand with the Bill Gates produce that he's putting in all the stores and everything, like the Appeal, I think is what it's called, the brand. It's just going to go hand in hand because they can't get enough people to take the vaccine. So now they're just going to put it in your produce. And if you're not careful and whatnot, like they're just hoping that everyone is just going to consume produce. To if you don't want to take the jab, hey, you ate a hamburger and your hamburger had fucking the vaccine on it.
Congratulations. You're good for next year.
Yeah. I just thought it was crazy. I was like, God, what the fuck? They just can't give up. They're just.
What is it with this? Why must they force it? Why do they have to? What are they planning?
Great question. Great question.
What are they? Why are they forcing this? That's a standing clip there, May. Well done. I think. I mean, does that count as Molech news?
Something.
Yeah, everyone, you can sing along too. It's Molech News. Molech News. He's out there to eat kids and Jews. It's Molech. Molech News. It's an update, everybody.
Molech News.
On Uranus.
When the fallout was that?
Molech News. Putting vaccines in your food. I mean, I just wanted to play the Molech clip, to be honest with you. We haven't played it in a bit. It felt inappropriate to do it when we were doing all the child trafficking episodes.
Just a little bit.
It didn't feel like it was the right moment at the time. Pitbull Super Person of the Week. I think it's time. Time for our Pitbull Super Man of the Week.
Super. You want to go hard like a dog? You want to go hard like a dog, Big Daddy? Not just any dog. Hard like a pit bull. Oh, yeah. Then you need Pitbull Super. Go get yourself some Pitbull Super.
Warning. Not to be used in hotel orgies with your friends. Side effects may include splitting penis or exploding penis, resembling a shotgun blast.
Pitbull Super, you stud. Try it now.
Pitbull Super Man of the Week. Now, I'm going to play the video, and then I want you guys to guess what happened, right? don't you tell me your initial reaction to what happened?
What? Oh, where? Right there?
All right. I don't know. My legs went numb for a second.
I've already seen this video.
Yeah, have you seen this, May?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I know exactly what happened.
Okay, well, let's let May play then. All right, so
No, that's fine.
so we got this this cop opens fire
on a cop car.
On a cop car. Suspect inside.
Oh, is this the Acorn one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly that.
Can you move?
Yeah. We hold our officers to a very high standard of service. And this particular time, we let the public down.
Okaloosa County Sheriff Eric Aiden in this video posted to social media speaking on the incident of November 12th, 2023. While on a call with a suspect in the back seat, then Okaloosa County Deputy Jesse.
He says he hears a gunshot.
Yeah.
As he walks by the car. Now you guys tell me if this sounds like a gunshot or
Hernandez reportedly claimed it was this noise that he thought was the detained suspect.
Tucked and rolled.
He's like, I've been shot. I'm shot.
That's definitely not a gunshot.
Shots fired. I heard one shot.
Hernandez and
can you imagine being in the back seat?
You're just like, fuck. I think the video I watched, you can hear his girlfriend or whoever screaming at the cops, being like, fucking dudes in the back seat. Like, because he said he suffered from
County
what,
Sheriff
PTSD.
Sergeant Beth Roberts was on the scene.
He's making some money.
I mean, yeah.
He's making some money. That's for damn.
No, the cop said he suffered from PTSD. I don't know if he was a war veteran or what, but yeah, that's what triggered him.
The Acorn triggered him?
Yeah, the Acorn. Yeah, the Acorn.
How did he become a cop in the first place?
Exactly. That's him.
The detained person in the back seat was reportedly.
Can you imagine being the partner? And what happens if the partner had hit him?
Yeah,
this guy is so lucky he didn't get hit. Like so lucky.
Well, the blob on the ground back there, he unloaded his whole clip. And I think she ended up shooting some too.
Not physically injured. Officials say he was fully searched before he was put into the patrol car and after the incident, but he was found to be unarmed. The noise was reported to be an acorn. Hernandez resigned just weeks later.
That's a good call. That was a good call to resign there, Hernandez.
He's just like, yeah, I don't have any weapons on me, but I shit my pants in the back of your cop car. So this damages. Because I want to say, like, shortly after that one, there was 2 female cops that responded to a break and entering, and it was 2 like drunk ladies that couldn't get into their house, so they broke the window to get into their house.
Oh, I've seen that.
And she unloaded both her magazines through just blindly into the window, shot one of the ladies in like the leg. We just like, what the fuck?
Pretty sure it's in Florida.
Yeah, we're so trigger happy. This is how hard we are for cops to protect and serve.
Sure.
And we're just like, fuck it. You have a pulse, we'll take you. And that just gives them a bad rap.
Yeah. Because there's a ton of great cops out there.
Yes. Yeah.
Ton of great cops. But it's it's the fact that we're hiring ex-soldiers with PTSD to go and deal with, and let's be honest, the situation for cops right now is horrible. It's not a good time to be a cop in the United States.
And I get them trying to get veterans jobs and stuff, but that might be just a tad sensitive. So.
Yeah. And then I'm sure you guys saw the acorn memes that were floating around for the.
Yeah.
And this thing happened months ago. This wasn't recent. The footage just got released.
Right.
That's why I love America, because we get the footage eventually. We can't hide that.
But I mean, too, like it should scare all of us to death, like in a sense, because you don't know what triggers somebody. Like, you reach for something in your car. Like, it's just like you can't do anything. because they're so afraid of their own lives being, taken. It's just like, man, you sign an oath, or you declare an oath to protect and serve, not to unload
Yeah,
your 9mm on anything that fucking startles you.
you're right, but at the same time, they're getting shown video after video of a cop that didn't do something, and then
Yeah, I
he
know.
gets shot up.
I get that too. I get
So
that
like,
too. But I mean, like May said, you kind of sign up for the job,
Yeah,
I mean,
like I just saw one of this larger black lady was like beating on this white cop, and he was afraid to death to touch her, but his partner was this like large African American cop, and he smacks her back to fucking childbirth. I loved it.
but
I
see,
was just like,
smacking someone.
he just fucking because he like you could tell he like looks at his partner, he's like, I got this bitch, and they just
Smacking and shooting's two different things, though. You know what I mean?
I know, but
I'm all for cops smacking people. How about
that's
that?
what
Let's
we
go.
were saying though. That cop is so afraid to lose his job because it's going to get taken out as racial
Right.
and blah blah blah.
Canceled, yeah.
That luckily his partner was like, oh no, this is going to be black on black here. I'm gonna take care of this.
I think May just solved everything. You need one black, one white cop at all times together.
what happens if you go in? There's a fucking Asian doing something.
Make it 3. Make it one Asian lady, one black dude, one white dude at all times. That's how you solve this whole fucking thing, dude.
And just screw the Mexicans.
I mean, they'll be there. They'll be there.
That's the police dog, the Chihuahuas.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Hey,
Problem solver. That's a problem solver over there. Speaking of problem solving,
Crime would go way down.
yeah, everyone will be petting the fucking Chihuahua.
Low diet, doesn't have to eat a lot.
Little material for the vest. Good.
Did you are we good? Do we want to move on here? I got a dark subject coming up, so I'm like, I want to enjoy the smiles while we got them. But did you guys see the
now?
yes. Did you guys see the Air Force soldier?
Oh yeah, lit himself on fire.
Lit himself on fire.
No.
Yeah.
So this Air Force soldier posted on Twitter, I am about to engage in an extreme act of protest, but compared to what people have been experiencing in Palestine at the hands of their colonizers, it is not extreme at all. This is what our ruling class has decided will be normal. And I'm going to share a little bit of it because this is what he wanted to do, and I feel like I'll honor that. I feel like I can honor that for him. So this is he did this yesterday in front of the U.S. That's
I'm guessing he died, right?
Yeah.
He didn't die till the next day.
Yeah.
I mean,
but like you could tell like how painful it was getting. He just quit talking and was just like burning alive and just fucking like, oh god, it was so hard to watch. Like, and the sad thing is nothing will come of it. Like he just gave his life sadly to be a TikTok clip for 15, 20 years to come. Like that's the I if something does, but it's hard for, I don't know. That was just tough to watch.
It was tough to watch. And I mean, this problem with like young guys, is they're easily manipulated one way or the other. There's plenty of people that came out today and were like, oh, he was mentally ill, and which is bullshit. They do tests and all that stuff, it's just a way to.
I mean, if you're burning yourself alive, bro, that's kind of mentally ill. Man.
If you believe you're the ones that are, bombing 30,000 civilians, in a month, like, I mean, I don't know. Obviously something's a little loose, but at the same time, like, who knows? How many people go into the Air Force or into the Army thinking they're going to be true patriots and heroes for their country, and then they find out all the seedy stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
And everyone reacts to that differently. And this Gaza thing has gotten really ridiculous. You know, I mean, they're dropping napalm, you know, just random areas, they're bombing hospitals. That we still haven't found any photo evidence of the tunnels that were in those hospitals.
No. Well, they admitted that they weren't there.
Yeah, you know, like
they already admitted that it wasn't there.
Yeah, and the New York Times hired a special reporter to run propaganda pieces for them. The New York Times.
Yep.
So, you know, at least it got. They say, I'm don't burn yourself to death, but this kid went and did it. Aaron Bushnell, and 25 years old.
Yeah.
Damn.
The hard part was like you could tell how committed he was because like he tried lighting himself. He tried lighting himself like several times, and then finally was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it from the ground." You know, and it was just like, you know, like me. You know, I'm thinking like the first couple strikes and my pants wouldn't have caught. I'm like, okay, I attempted, but he ran through it. Was like, no, fuck it, I'm doing this. I'm seeing it through, and it's just tough, man. It's so tough. But I mean, but you're right though. So many people join for the full, you know, that patriotic duty and service and pride. And then after the first 4 years are up, they're like, no, fuck this. I'm out. Cause this is not what I signed up for. This is, you know, I don't want to be a part of this. So
yeah,
it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's, that's why, like, you know, if you got kids and they want to join the military, like, hey, I'm all for, I believe in like serving to protect your country. 100%. Your land,
Absolutely.
your motherland, you know, absolutely fight to death. But, you know, if your kids are signing up for military, you want to make sure they know everything. Yeah, like it's not all World War II movies. You know,
it's the reason why I didn't like all the males in my family are all military, and seeing them and understanding their stories, I'm just like, I'm all right, man. Like,
and no disrespect to those.
Yeah,
people.
no disrespect to them. I love my family, so
yeah, you know, and obviously, you know, I'm grateful that there's people there that are willing to do, you know, deal with horrendous stuff. But I just don't see anyone. I don't see anyone using it to protect us right now. So, you know, like I can't get behind it. I'm sorry. Yeah, can't get behind it. All right. You know what? I think we need to finish off with a moment of Zen. Don't you think, to end the show here?
And now, a moment of Zen with Adam Weideman.
I remember this one.
Moment of Zen.
I kind of like it.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. I've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I tell you
how happy those elephants are.
Knowing you though, I fully expected one of those elephants to wrap around him and just chuck him just to the other side. Knowing you, that's what I expected. I expected something to be sweet until the very end.
I showed you guys. I felt like I couldn't do that after showing someone burn themselves on fire.
Yeah, so, appreciate it.
Moment of Zen. Hey, great show tonight, guys. Thank you for everyone that watched. Reddy, Max, Sunshine for being in the comments. Naomi, Faith, Brittany, everyone else. Appreciate you watching the show. And we will be back next Tuesday for another Toppy Tuesday. Have a good night, everybody.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. This is our fire safety message. If exposed, remove the phone.